Hi everybody, it's Thursday, it's the 28th. We're counting down the last few days of June, and we're doing so on a much calmer note weather-wise. And to be honest, the viewing area, as you all well know, was spared a great deal from the great amount of rainfall that some folks, of course, did see. Harlan County, a disaster area, literally, as has been declared, still trying to cope with the aftermath of several inches of rain, and as are a lot of other eastern Kentucky communities. As for the viewing area, we once again have been spared again today. The real rain threat is winding down. There is a shower chance or two in our near forecast, but by tomorrow we're going to be very high and very dry and very hot for the next several days thereafter. So an updated forecast is forthcoming in just a few moments. I'm going to give you a glimpse ahead in just a few seconds as to what's coming up the rest of this week on Your News Today, and we'll wrap up the program by giving you a heads up as to what's coming out in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. At least a few things coming out. In addition to that, we'll have a report tonight on a police chase that's over now after it began a week ago today in Magoffin County, meaning that the person who was able to elude authorities has now been arrested. We'll also have the major headline for the nation and how it is relating to here in Kentucky, and how the judge in Kentucky may be up for consideration for the United States Supreme Court. Before that, I got an updated list of candidates for the November general election for Magoffin County for you. One or two to add to the list, and of course, with the primary now over, school board, city council races, nonpartisan races such as that of mayor, soil and water conservation, things of that nature, those races will start to, of course, add up as far as candidates are concerned. And right now, for all the school board seats that are going to be on the ballot this November, there is just one candidate, and that is for District 4. That is incumbent or current candidate, board member, rather, Jesse Rudd II. Soil and Conservation Board candidates now include Dallas Patrick, Kenneth Poorboy Williams, Vavian Williams, and Nicholas Stevens now added to that list. The race for Sagersville mayor still contains Stanley Howard, Rick Howard, and current mayor Pete Shepard. One write-in candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff, that of Leanne Mead. The deadline to file for those nonpartisan races that will be up for grabs in November, Tuesday, August the 14th. Which is also close to the deadline for independent candidates, I believe, to file their final paperwork to be on the ballot as well. The national headline that has now made its way to Kentucky after 81-year-old Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy announced today that he is retiring. Kennedy informed the White House that he wants to step down from the High Court after 30 years of service, effective at the end of July. And that immediately started the wheel of speculation about who President Trump will decide to replace him. As for Kennedy himself, he was often thought of as a moderate conservative and the swing vote in a lot of cases, a lot of those dealing with topics from gay rights to abortion to political campaign spending as well. With his retirement, the court now will be divided pretty much equally between 4 Democratically appointed liberal justices and 4 Republican appointed conservative justices. Kennedy was nominated actually to the court by Ronald Reagan back in 1987 and has served well over 30 years. Moments after this revelation, President Trump went on record as saying that the search for a new justice will begin immediately. And there is a long, and some even have a short list of potential candidates. And one Kentucky judge, whose decisions I have reported on here on the program for years, so far is making both of those lists, the long and the short, cutting the list from 25 down to about a half a dozen. Many consider Thomas Hardiman, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, Joanne Larson, Raymond Kethledge, and Judge Amul Tapar to be among those in the front of the race for Supreme Court Justice. Trump actually nominated Judge Amul Tapar to his current position, and Tapar was actually a finalist for the seat that went to now serving Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. As for Tapar, he served on the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Kentucky, and now, of course, currently, as he has for some time, served on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 6th District. I'll be right back.
Hello, this is Bill Meade, and I want to thank everyone that voted and supported me in the May primary election. It's very humbling to know that so many of you would place so much trust in me, as well as share my vision for a better Magoffin County. In taking a serious look back, there were 1,143 votes cast against the incumbent in the primary, and this supports the idea that the majority of the county wants change and has hope for a better and safer Magoffin County. The same sentiment many of you expressed while I was campaigning door to door. Now, as we look towards the November general election, we have the incumbent sheriff and the Democratic nominee to choose from. The incumbent has his record to stand on. Good or bad, that's up to each individual to decide. And although I believe the Democratic nominee to be a good man and well-intentioned, he has no training, no experience, or first-hand knowledge of the law. And with that in mind, many of those 1,143 voters have asked me to give them a viable alternative. So with much consideration and consultation and encouragement, we would like to announce that my wife, Leanne Meade, who was to be my chief financial officer in my office, will now be a write-in candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff and will take on the same role if successful in November. Leanne is a 1991 graduate of Magoffin County High School and has a master's degree in nursing, and she understands and possesses the skills needed for the administrative aspect of the job. And as chief deputy, I bring the training and experience to the office that the other candidates just fall short of. The message is the same. We'll be proactive with illegal drugs and will work to reduce the burglary and theft rates in the county. We will respond to all calls for service. We will work with the schools to help make our children safer as they strive to obtain a quality education. And we will be fiscally responsible with your tax dollar. While I'll have much more to say between now and November, for now let me say this. This is not a case of being a sore loser or sour grapes. We believe the voters spoke loudly in wanting a change, and we believe just as wholeheartedly that we are the most qualified and dedicated to doing the job of sheriff. And Leanne and I, William Bill Meade, would be honored to receive your vote and support as a write-in candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff in the November general election.
And thank you very much.
Parkway Pharmacy, a pharmacy your family can trust, and now a pharmacy where you can get your refills with a click and have them waiting for you usually within an hour. Go to parkwaypharmacy1.com. Just register once and hit refill and pick it up. Fast, easy, and efficient. parkwaypharmacy1.com. Every weekday during lunch at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe for a total of $5. That's $5, taxes and all. You can get our famous chicken sandwich or 2 of our famous chicken biscuits with potato wedges and a drink, or our steak sandwich or 2 steak biscuits with wedges and a drink, or our famous foot-long hot dog with homemade chili, wedges and a drink for $5. That's 5 deliciously awesome deals for only $5. Every weekday from 11 till 2 at your Sagersville Lee's. Just in at the seasonal shop, Little Llama baby products, bubble baths and lotions and oils, body and hair wash, soft, gentle, and paraben and silicone free, especially for baby, with all the accessories. And just in from Earth Lux, which is the finest in pure organic essential oils and soaps and skin and hair care, Himalayan salt lamps. A wonderfully healthy approach to an allergen and toxin-free environment. Plus new ladies and kids fashions every week, and something perfect for all the grads and dads out there. Only at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
I'm attorney Don McFarland. We all know that times are hard. Jobs are scarce. Most people that I know are struggling to support their families and make it through each day. Now imagine that you get seriously hurt while working on the job, and the insurance company for your employer refuses to pay wages and benefits while you are injured and cannot afford to pay medical expenses, household bills, and put food on the table to support your family. I can help. If you are being wrongfully denied workers' compensation benefits that you rightfully deserve, then give me a call and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Just in at Gateway, this is a lifted 4x4, less than a four-wheeler at $49.95. That's four-wheel drive, cold AC, ready for a new home. This 11 Nissan Rogue, it's an all-wheel drive, cut down to $79.95. Pick a pair, Sorrentos that is, 2011, both all-wheel drives, one with leather and nav, $89.95, your choice. And all vehicles come with a warranty at dealer cost. And there's a guaranteed $1,000 minimum trade on just about everything on the lot at Gateway Motors in Sagersville.
Appalachian Wireless says, no contract, no credit check, no monthly bill. Well, no problem. Yes, Appalachian Wireless is at it again and proving why they are the region's best wireless provider by offering new forward pay pricing. A plan where you can bring in your own device and get 5 gigabytes of data for just $39.99 and unlimited data for just $79.99. Pay up front and get the data and features you want. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Some restrictions may apply. Activation fee is extra. See store for complete details. Unlimited data is loaded 25 gigabytes per month to 512 kilobits for phones and tablets.
Right now, get tools and toys even of the season for pennies on the dollar. Cash loans today on anything worth $1. Jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, guns, ammo, and more. With a new inventory daily at Parkway Gun and Pawn, 349 Pawn. Our calendar and other announcements forthcoming in just a few moments right now. A police pursuit that started a week ago today and just ended today with the arrest of the man that was able to elude local authorities. It was actually last Thursday and not last Wednesday that Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams was in the area on 460 West near the Elk Creek BP when he saw a man pulling into the establishment that he recognized and that he also knew had an active warrant in his name and had no current operator's license. Brady Helton, 28 of Sagersville, was behind the wheel of that vehicle, and he too noticed the law enforcement officer and then fled in his automobile at a high rate of speed, passing vehicles on the double yellow line, causing extreme danger to other motorists. The deputy gave up the pursuit, and it's believed that Helton hit an old logging road. The vehicle then got stuck and was found by the officer. By that time, Helton had already got out and fled on foot. There was actually a passenger in the vehicle who stayed put and waited on authorities, and not sure if he was cited for anything or arrested or not, but nevertheless, Helton was nowhere to be seen. It was around 5:30, I believe, on last Thursday afternoon when all of this began. Earlier today, however, a warrant in the name of Brady Helton was executed, and right now he's sitting in the Big Sandy jail on account of wanton endangerment in the first, 2 counts of fleeing and evading police, 1 in the first for the motor vehicle, 1 in the second for fleeing on foot, trafficking in a controlled substance of a legend drug that was found in his possession, criminal mischief, no operator's license, and no insurance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The investigation is still ongoing. More charges possibly may be pending. More news in a moment. Right now, a quick update on what's happening on tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Just got this in. North Magoffin Elementary Site-Based Council has a special called meeting. This is tomorrow at noon in the school's conference room. And from Principal James Keith Isaac, everyone is welcome to attend. These meetings open to the public. Site-based meeting, special session tomorrow noon at North Magoffin Elementary. Oh, and it's hard to be talking about going back to school, but it's you might as well get used to it. It's just going to get closer. And it's going to be a kindergarten roundup Friday, July the 6th at North Magoffin Elementary. They're going to have lunch provided. They're going to have a lot of games, a tour of the school, a school bus ride to get all the little ones acclimated, snacks, and more. Kindergarten roundup at North Magoffin Elementary, July the 6th. It's 9 till 2. I'll pull it off probably for the next couple of days, remind you when it gets to, well, I guess it is a bit closer, isn't it? That's not too long away. Wow. 4th of July is just around the corner. The Jumpstart Reading Camp for students in grades 1 to 4 who have a little trouble reading, maybe for dyslexia or something of that nature. This is a great event. July the 30th through August the 3rd at the Mountain Arts Center. Call Marlene Jones at 859-991-0504. You can also contact Susan Waters at susanwaters@fuse.net. And the Masonic Lodge in Magoffin County in Sagersville has put together this monster party for all of our special kids, all of our special needs kids in Magoffin County, August the 4th. And I do mean a big day, and a lot of other folks have got on board and thought this was a great idea. If you have a child and would like to be there, call Paul Montgomery at 424-6302. And if you would like to also help with them with some sort of support, I'm sure they'd be glad to hear from you as well. Got a few other announcements. Oh, don't have this one typed in again. I did it yesterday, but free sports physicals at a preseason sports expo at 3 viewing area schools, all hosted by Paul B. Hall. July the 10th at Paintsville High School at 6, here at the Magoffin County High School. July the 17th, that's also a Tuesday, and July the 24th, that's a Tuesday at 6 at Johnson Central High School. You can contact Paul B. Hall at 789-3511 if you have any questions. And turning to funeral service announcements provided nightly by the Magoffin County Funeral Home, 94-year-old Delsie Gillum Johnson will be laid to rest. Services start tomorrow at 1. Preceded in death by her husband Clyde. She survived by daughters Carol Smith Spradlin, Rita Salyer, and a son, Lawson Johnson. 75-year-old Richard Silas Reisner of Crown Point, Indiana, passed away this week. Formerly of Magoffin County, he's survived by his wife, Bernice Allen Reisner, sons Ricky Ray, Robert Keith, and Richard Timothy Reisner. Visitation will start tomorrow night after 5 and any time up before services that start Friday at 1, all from the Sagersville Funeral Home. 61-year-old Johnny Ray Van Hoos of Lick Branch in Sagersville, Magoffin County, passed away this week. Married to Judy Howard Van Hoos survives. Also surviving son Jason Ray. Visitation is this evening, all day Thursday. Services will begin in his honor this Friday at 2 o'clock from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And also from the Sagersville Funeral Home tonight, an incomplete listing as arrangements are still being made, but to be announced soon, in the name of 46-year-old Vanessa Gail Minix of the Likens subdivision. She passed away on yesterday's date, the daughter of Pansy K. Howard Minix and the late Tommy Minix. Once again, funeral arrangements are pending and being incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Pelfrey's Fireworks has been the area's king of pyrotechnics for 56 years, and this year they've got over 500 different products. Smoke bombs to 500-gram grand finales, bottle rockets to big 3-inch mortars. It's what the pros use. And cut these coupons out of this week's Sagersville Independent and get a $50 9-shot 500-gram box for only $18. A 24-shot of artillery shells, not $120, but $59. The $310 Pro Artillery Shell Box for only $59. Get 25 Saturn missiles for just $1, or a 6-pack of shells for just $4. At 2 locations off US 23 North in Paintsville by Jim's Plaza, or the Prestonsburg Superstore on the southbound lanes of US 23 at the bottom of what I always call the Holiday Inn Hill. Plus other discounts up to 45%, and all active and retired military and first responders get another 15% off. And kids 12 and under come in, free sparklers and snap and pops for all. Foothills Communications brings you the latest in fast fiber internet for home, business, or gaming. HD digital TV with DVR, pay-per-view, and all the favorite channels you're looking for, plus crystal clear communications. Customize your experience today and become a platinum customer simply by signing up for FiberNet phone and TV, and save at least $10 off your monthly bill. The world awaits at Foothills Communications and foothills.net. If you want to be moved, if you want to be surprised by design, then you must make it to Walters Mazda Mitsubishi in Pikeville, where for a limited time, brand new 2018 Outlander Sports are just $20,500. New 2018 Mirages, $11,990, and they come with 43 miles per gallon. And 2018 Eclipses, with their signature styling and safety, only $22,900. That's Walters Mazda Mitsubishi on North Mayo Trail in Pikeville.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Syersville at 349-4522, and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Does oil and fluid changes, brakes, suspension, wheel alignments, and more. They've got thousands of tires in stock every day, and they won't be undersold on any tire they sell. They've got 6 months same as cash and over 37 years of service to the viewing area. With no appointment necessary, or you can call 297-2424. Your best solution for diesel performance, upgrades, service, and repair is also a full-service repair center for all vehicles, gas or diesel, from routine service to major repairs, with a trusted auto body shop for minor dings to full-on restorations and rebuilds. Plus, get all your 4x4 accessories, lights, bumpers, winches, and more at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. Today's been one of those days where it's been more about collecting the news than bringing it to you, but we'll start to get caught up tomorrow. I've got cameras scattered about this evening. Here's a glimpse ahead as to what we'll be talking about before the week's end, which will include reports on tonight's Big Sandy Regional Detention Center Jail Authority Board meeting. We are expecting the subject of inmates not being allowed to leave the jail for work detail after the most recent escape of 2 on a work detail in Johnson County a few months ago. We expect that to be a hot topic during tonight's meeting. I have a camera there, and before I see you next time, we will have had a camera at the Magoffin County Fiscal Court, which is called a regular session meeting for tomorrow. Items on the agenda include reissuing a land rental check to Harlow Back, Chief Magoffin, clarifying a Magoffin County Water District contribution of $20,000, petition of a road closure, approval of appointment to the Big Sandy Regional Industrial Development Authority, a financial report by the Magoffin County Civil War Committee, and other items on the agenda, all of which will be covered. And this is a special report for which I have already been working on for several hours this week. Actually thought it might have been on today or tomorrow. A few finishing touches though, and then we'll be hearing from a group of gentlemen in Magoffin County, a group of former convicts, still current convicts, many of them just released from prison, many on serious charges, many leading a life of crime, but no more. Going to give you a glimpse of this one for a couple of reasons. One being I'd actually intended to and had left a slot for it this evening. I spent several hours editing, but it's taken on a little bit more length because it's just that interesting of a story, I feel. One of those stories that kind of come at you out of the blue. These guys having some fried chicken at Lee's. I came across their path, about a dozen or so, with a program that encourages faith and fellowship and giving back to your community. And all these guys here have been some pretty tough customers in their lives, all very forthcoming about their past, and all very forthcoming about the service that they were doing here in Magoffin County. A very interesting story, a real success story that's backed by some real hard numbers about the success of this program. I really encourage you, and especially, this is also twofold. I don't want to just share their story Friday, but I also want to maybe encourage someone out there. You see the news, you see the court records, you know the problem that many people face, and a lot of those problems are the same problems these gentlemen faced and have overcome. An encouraging story. And obviously, still not done with the edit, but nevertheless, you get the idea. Men of valor. These gentlemen in their 20s to their 60s and maybe even beyond will tell their story on Friday's program, and we hope you'll join us. And since I don't have that ready to air tonight, we're going to skip on over to your Licking Valley RECC forecast. We're not joining us. Can I get a hallelujah? Are the showers, man, that have really just inundated and just destroyed a lot of property and a lot of lives, and homes destroyed. Harlan County is just still an amazing story that we hope those folks recover as quickly as possible. We've seen it here in the viewing area over the years. Many of us have a firm understanding as to what they are experiencing, just as well as the fact that we have fared very well. And we're going to continue to do so. Not much of a rain threat tonight. As you can see, a very few small specks of green there around the Magoffin, Johnson County, and viewing area. So little to be seen or have to worry about tonight. And after tonight, there's a big change coming, and it's a toasty one. The heat rolls in following 67 degrees tonight. Cloudy skies as you still see outside, as I see looking over downtown Sangersville on our outside cameras. A 60% chance of showers in there for posterity. You saw the radar, not expecting much, if any more. And those will be winding down for everyone else as well. So after tonight, clear sailing, and we're going to sail upwards for temperatures. Tomorrow, 85, partly sunny. The humidity levels, bearable. 85, 67, and partly sunny, and definitely dry. The heat rolls in Friday, and it hangs around for your 4th of July weekend. I know the 4th of July for a lot of folks celebrated on the actual 4th here in Sangersville. We're going to crank things up Friday night. So after your Thursday at 85 and partly sunny, 91 sunny and hot on your Friday. Nighttime lows hovering right around 70. Humidity levels you're going to feel it. Let's just put it that way. Clear skies Friday night. And then 92 sunny and hot Saturday, 91 sunny, mostly sunny and hot Sunday. We might still hit 90 on Monday. Right now we're calling for 89. Not a difference. But partly sunny. We do have a slight chance of some showers Sunday and Monday, but for the most part, it's just going to be, like I said, sunny and hot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, following a pretty nice one tomorrow. Deservedly so. And before I say goodnight, let me say this, just a few of the things coming up in tomorrow's edition of the Sangersville Independent, more on the Restaurant Row project and the new road openings that are getting ready to take place, and a write-up on our Miss Magoffin, who tonight is still in Lexington, Kentucky, as she has been 4 days, and who tomorrow night will be starting her first stage of the Miss Kentucky pageant, which will wrap up this Saturday. More on the governor to appoint a magistrate to the District 1 seat in Magoffin County to serve between now and the general election. The biggest fan of Magoffin County and the 4th of July remembered for a photograph and some information from back in 1991. And on that note, our historical section this week will take a look back at 4th of July's past in the decade of the 60s. It was a different celebration then, and it was a big one. We'll take a look back as well. We'll also have